Hello and welcome to the weekly Kashmiri University Video Digest Quest. First a look at the highlights. Seminar on violence against women at workplaces held. DLL facilitates local artisans. Dr. Shahid becomes first Kashmiri to head CEMCA. Now the details with your host Murtaza Fazli. The Department of Sociology organized a day-long seminar on violence against women at workplace. The seminar was organized in collaboration with the State Women Commission. Head Department of Sociology Professor Anisa Shafi, while presenting the welcome address, said that the violence against women at their workplaces is increasing.
Workplace violence against women still remains an unacknowledged and unrecognized phenomena that we are still striving to understand and apprehend. Many even would not agree that there is an issue called workplace violence against women, and others have restricted it to physical assault and harassment only. But the matter of the fact is that it is multifaceted and multidimensional and has far-reaching socio-psychological and economic implications. Workplace violence gained increasing attention and focus over the last decade, with reports of disgruntled employees coming to the offices and harassing the women colleagues in one form or the other. The behaviors of an unwelcome nature which occur in a work context that could reasonably be expected to make a person feel offended, humiliated, or intimidated. Such statements are hard to accept, harder to witness, and hardest to experience.
Dean College Development Council Professor Nilofer Khan praised the university management for being kind and helpful to women employees.
I must say that we are so lucky, all the females who are working here, that what other institutions face pertaining to sexual harassment at workplace, we must thank God that our atmosphere over here, our working conditions over here are very congenial. I'm not, just saying it by words, but I really feel that. And coming to this stage, coming to this, position, I have always been, pushed up very well by my male colleagues. I have always been advised by my male colleagues, and I have always been, supported by my male colleagues to reach at this position.
Vigilance Commissioner Ms. Ghausal Nisa Jilani stressed on the need of implementing laws strictly so that women feel safe in their workplaces.
There are different types of violences defined in the law faced by the women facing elsewhere, but here at workplace we have an harassment act known as sexual harassment at workplace. It's prohibition and prevention and redressal. This harassment act workplace as a phenomena acquired its name only in late 70s. Historically, it was ignored, denied, and made to seem very trivial, as if it is nothing. And in certain places, it was implicitly supported at the workplace by the management of the higher authorities.
Chairperson State Women's Commission Mrs. Naima Mahjoor opined that women folk need to be guided properly in order to overcome any form of violence.
My humble request to you is that just if you see somewhere at home, on road, in office, anywhere, if you see some women is suffering silently because of this harassment, because she cannot talk to anybody, please guide her and send her to the right forum so that we can help her and she can seek justice. Otherwise, this is going to be a very, very big problem, because we can see the presence of women in every office now, and there are some offices where we have visited, there are more women than men. And this problem, if this crops up in our society, we are facing so many other problems. This will be another problem for the women folk who won't be able to work in a cordial and congenial atmosphere. So make sure you guide these women and send them to right forums, and so that they can talk. The first thing is, if we cannot redress the problem, but definitely if she talks, if she gives vent to her emotions, we can make a lot of difference to the society.
Dean Academic Affairs Professor Muhammad Ashrafwani said that the institutional and legal framework plays an important role in overcoming this type of menace in society.
You have to use coercive apparatus. Coercive apparatus जो है वो जो चाहे आप ये institution चाहे कानून है मतलब prevention of violence, चाहे domestic violence हो, चाहे workplace में violence हो, या उसके लिए institutional framework, उसके लिए legal framework वो जरूरी है. यानी दोनों जो है यानी from below and from above, both the mechanisms are very important in order to stop this cruelty. Human being has to keep this in mind کہ اس کے ساتھ ہمیں زیادہ respect اور honor کرنا ہے.
Assistant Professor, Department of Sociology, Ms. Farah Qayyum proposed the vote of thanks. The Directorate of Lifelong Learning, in collaboration with the National Council for Promotion of Urdu Language, New Delhi, organized a felicitation program for the candidates of certificate course in paper mache. The function was organized in the Humanities Auditorium. Director DLL, Dr. G.H. Mir, presented the welcome address.
ہماری اس پیپر ماشی پروگرام کورس کا تعلق ہے. تقریباً ہم نے 120 بچوں کو 3 ڈفرینٹ سینٹرز پر ٹریننگ دی ہے. اس لیے یہ چنا ہے, اسی لیے ہم نے MOU کیا ہے NCPL نیو دہلی والوں کے ساتھ, کیونکہ اس میں ایک پوٹنشل ہے, اس میں شمتا ہے, اس میں طاقت ہے کہ یہ آپ کے لیے روزگار کا ذریعہ بن سکتا ہے. ہم اب یہ بھی چاہتے ہیں کہ ان ٹرینیز کو, ان کینڈیڈیٹس کو ہم گروپس میں بانٹے, تقسیم کریں, تاکہ ان کو سیلف ہیلپ گروپس کی شیپ دے دیں اور ان کو رجسٹر کروائیں. کیونکہ جب سیلف ہیلپ گروپس 10 بچوں کا ایک گروپ بنتا ہے, ان کو 10 لاکھ روپے ملیں گے.
Dean Social Science Professor Naseem Shah expressed happiness that girls are coming forward for training themselves in skill development programs.
یہ دیکھ کر ہمیں کافی خوشی ہوتی ہے کہ آج ہمارے سماج میں پیراسائٹ بچیاں نہیں ہیں, بلکہ آپ کو دیکھ کر یہ لگتا ہے کہ شاید وہ دن گئے جب کوئی ماں باپ اس بات پر افسوس کا اظہار کرتا کہ ہمارے گھر میں بیٹی کیوں پیدا ہوئی. آپ کی محنتوں نے اس چیز کو ثابت کر دکھایا ہے کہ بیٹی کسی بھی اعتبار سے وبال جان نہیں ہے, بوجھ نہیں ہے. شرط یہ ہے کہ اگر وہ نوکریوں کے ساتھ ساتھ یا نوکریوں کو یک طرف چھوڑ کر ہنر کا ہاتھ پکڑے, ہنر کا دامن پکڑے.
In Academic Affairs Professor Muhammad Ashrafwani opined that only local art products should be used during any function within the university so that these artisans are honored.
خصوصاً ونکن وائس چانسلر صاحبس اخ گزارش کہ سانہ طرف گژھِ پرٛٮ۪تھ کُنہِ ڈپارٹمنٹس اخ سرکیولر گژھُن حظ کہ ییٚلہِ تہِ اَسہِ کانٛہہ پریزنٹ دیُن آسہِ تِم بُکے وُکے گژھن ترٛاونہِ حظ. یِم بُکے چھِ صرف سٲنِس اتھ یُس زن اَسہِ ییٚتہِ ہیلتھ ہزارڈ چھُ, یہ تَتھ منٛز بیٚیہِ بیٛاکھ اضافہٕ کران تہٕ بیٚیہِ چھُ یہِ انپروڈکٹِو چیٖزا اکھ. اَسہِ پزن پنٕنۍ یِم زن اَسہِ ییٚتِکۍ پروڈکٹ چھِ تِم پرموٹ کرنہٕ خٲطرٕ پزن اَسہِ پننی چیٖز ییٚمہِ ساتہٕ کُنہِ ساتہٕ پریزنٹ آسہِ دیُن حظ, تہٕ یِم زن أسۍ بازرٕ انن وٲلۍ چھِ یِم امپورٹڈ چیٖز یِم گژھن ترٛاوٕنۍ, تہٕ أسۍ کرو پننٮ۪ن سارنٕے ڈپارٹمنٹن خصوٗصاً یُس زن اَسہِ پننی سینٹر چھِ حظ, خصوٗصاً یُس زن اَسہِ خاص کر یِم زن اَسہِ پنٕنۍ بچی یِم حظ ہیٚچھناوان چھِ یِم ہُنر اَسہِ.
The Vice Chancellor Professor Khurshid Iqbal Andrabi ruled the fact that Kashmir used to produce best quality carpets in the world, but since artisans were unable to keep up with the times, this art has deteriorated.
اس ٲس قٲلیٖن صنعت ساروی کھۄتہٕ بہتریٖن قٲلیٖن بناون وٲلۍ ٲسۍ کٔشیٖرِ منٛز. تتھ تہِ اوٚن أسۍ ٹوٗٹھ کمہِ سۭتۍ کہ أسۍ بنیمٕژ زٔہرِ انگریز وۄنۍ چھُ پتھ کھورِ کار یہِ ترٛاوو أتی. یِتھے پٲٹھۍ ٲس پیپر میشی, یہ تہِ اوس بڑٕ امہِ صنعتُک تہِ اوس سٮ۪ٹھاہ واریاہ امپیکٹ سانہِ یتھ ثقافتس پٮ۪ٹھ. یہِ تہِ ترٛوو أسۍ أتی. اگر تُہۍ بیگس نِیِو, لیدر بیگ سُے یُس مشیٖن میڈ آسہِ ورسز یُس مین میڈ آسہِ, ژۄگنہٕ قۭمتھ ٲس آسان فرق. تعلیٖم سۭتۍ گوٚژھ اَسہِ یہِ گژھُن کہ أسۍ گٔژھۍ یتھ پننِس ثقافتس تھوڑا نِکھار انٕنۍ, مگر اَسہِ تھوٚو یہِ تیُتھُے یُتھُے اوس. यानी कि हत्ता कि परेशानी छी कि वन छ पेवान ये हेचुन तिथुय युत 60 वरी प्रोन हेचान आस.
He said that the university is planning to initiate some steps wherein one can market these products properly, so that it will fetch good capital for these hard-working artisans.
University hun matlab go ki nebri yus samaj chu at ke sath sudi connection asu. Allah Taala kun shukr bus mubarakbad divan panni taraf mir sabas ki ye chu kuni wahid su shakhs yus as relawan chu societies. To yem university kya abyari ch karmaz iman santas या बाकी चीजन बाकी पन सकाफत महफूज थवन खतर छन वुनिक तान तिस एफर्ट आगमज के सिवाय इका दुका यो करान जुस यम योर वन प्रोडक्ट बन तथ अगर तुम मज लगिव यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कश्मीर को लोगो अस थवो यह हुतन सोवेनियर शॉप्स पर हम यम लकट लकट सारी चीज गिफ्ट आइटम सिर्फ गस आसन यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कश्मीर को लोगो अत लगे अगर ये यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कश्मीर को लोगो लगे अत यह बनाओ सोवेनियर पन्ने खतर.
Dr. Shahid Rasool has taken over as the director of the Commonwealth Educational Media Center of Asia. The Commonwealth of Learning appointed him the director of the CEMCA. Interestingly, Dr. Shahid had not applied but was recommended by an elite panel for this post. Dr. Shahid is the first person from the state of Jammu and Kashmir to head the CEMCA. In an interview with the Quest team, Dr. Shahid said that it is a matter of pride to become the director of this prestigious institution.
Frankly speaking, I was not knowing even the post of the director CEMCA has been put to some advertisement. It was only, that I received a phone call from the Commonwealth that they have a position available as director CEMCA, and I received the offer. And after receiving the offer from CEMCA, I discussed it with my colleagues. I discussed it with my superiors, including the Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university, and then I decided to join CEMCA as director for 3 years.
The ex-director of the Educational Multimedia Research Center said that the CEMCA works in 8 Commonwealth countries and was established to promote an appropriate use of media and technology to serve the educational and training needs of the Commonwealth member states of Asia.
CEMCA is, basically working in the same field in which we are working, but the only difference is that it has a bigger platform, in the sense that we are not confined to India. We are working in 8 Commonwealth countries of Asia, which include Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Singapore, Malaysia, and Brunei Darussalam. And we are not in actual production there, whereas in MRCs we are doing the production in terms of the e-contents, in terms of ETV programs, in terms of documentaries and LORs. In CEMCA, our role is slightly different. We are strengthening the institutions to use technology for education, which includes the work that is being done in MRCs. And at CEMCA we do it at a larger scale, and we do it across the borders in Commonwealth countries. Because Commonwealth has the mandate of strengthening the education, and it's not only higher education, it's education at school level, at college level, at higher secondary level, as well as at the university level. And the idea is that people across the globe, irrespective of their geographical locations, should have access to knowledge equally. There has to be equity in terms of access to quality knowledge.
Dr. Shahid has the distinction of being the longest serving director of the MMRC and said he is hopeful that his experience will help him to overcome many technical challenges at the CEMCA, adding that at the same time will provide him opportunity to understand the emerging media trends at the global level.
I have been the director of this center for last 12 years. And during these 12 years, my job was, one, to engage with the teachers, the academia, to engage with the students and the scholars at local level, as well as to engage with all the technocrats and the academicians at the national level. Because I have been working with the people across India. I have been on a number of committees, where we were always discussing how technology can be used, and then actually implementing those things at the grassroots level in terms of, doing work at MRC Srinagar. Now, in CEMCA, my goal is slightly bigger. I will be now involving the universities, the distance education institutions across Commonwealth of Asia, and with my own experience of using technology for education, having a fairly good idea of how technology operates in education, I can devise certain schemes which can probably be beneficial to the people with whom I will be working and for whom I will be working.
A former US Fulbright Fellow in Communication Technology, Dr. Shahid started his career at MMRC Roorkee and is the founder member of the MMRC Srinagar at the University of Kashmir. When the center was established, only 3 people worked, and we asked him how satisfied he is with his 24 years of journey at the center, to which he said,
When I came, I had to locate the center. There was no address. There was no center. There was no room which you can call AVRC or MMRC. And there was no other person to receive me in the center. Today when I am leaving, I have an empire which is called MMRC, which is a brand name across Jammu and Kashmir as well as at national level. Because MMRC Srinagar, alhamdulillah, is one of the best centers in the country. And today when I am leaving behind an empire, and I am leaving behind 50 people who are working in this organization. And this center has earned its name not because of me as a producer or later on as a director, but because of the quality human resource that has joined this department over a period of time. I have been saying this time and again that one person cannot make a center. It's not a single sparrow that makes spring. But the right kind of the human resource that fortunately this department got has put us in a position that we are a name in Kashmir, we are a name in India, and people are taking the cue from the work that is being done at MMRC Srinagar. So for me to leave after 24 years of service at Srinagar is quite satisfying, because we are the center which produces the highest number of ETV programs. We are the center which produces the highest number of e-contents. We are the center which completed the e-content in one particular subject. We were the first center. We are the center which has won lots of awards at national level. We are the center which are being sought after at national level for the advice in making use of technology. So today when I leave this center, I leave a satisfied man, and I leave confidently that the work that has been done so far will be taken forward.
A recipient of many awards, he has authored a book on television, many research papers besides producing many award-winning documentaries. Asked what challenge he sees as the director of the CEMCA, Dr. Shahid said that every opportunity comes with its own set of challenges.
You see, every new assignment is a challenge. Definitely Director CEMCA is a bigger assignment as compared to Director MMRC Srinagar. But then Director MMRC Srinagar, my experience as Director MMRC Srinagar has put me probably in that particular position where I feel confident, and my employer, the Commonwealth, feels confident that I will be able to deliver at a bigger platform, because MMRC Srinagar definitely is a smaller platform. There are 22 MMRCs in the country, but there is only one CEMCA in whole of Commonwealth of Asia. So the challenge is bigger, and I am confident that I have been given this opportunity. I will take try to make best of this. The idea is, one, to contribute based on my own experience of using technology for education for last now 24 years. And second is, there are so many areas which we are not exposed yet. This new position will give me an opportunity to learn what people are doing in other places and how they have made the use of the technology. And maybe there are certain things which we don't know even today, which are operating in a better way in a different place. So this will give me that vantage point from where I can see technology operating across the globe, and then learn from there and maybe bring back that experience with me when I come and return back and join you back.
Dr. Shahid credited his success to his predecessors at MMRC and said hard work and dedication towards job has no alternative.
MMRC has been fortunate that it got the persons like Professor Wahid, Professor Rafiqi, Professor Muhammad Ishaq Khan, Professor G.R. Malik, Professor Dost Muhammad as its initial coordinators and directors. These are the people who were very honest, and these are the people who encouraged me to work as a producer, and then also supported me when I became the director of this center. So I must say that my predecessors have laid a foundation of this department, and I think since all these people are very pious, all these people are very honest, and all these people were very encouraging, that legacy has helped the department to grow. And I must also today, when I am leaving the department, of course briefly, for a period of 3 years, I must place on record my appreciation for all my colleagues in MMRC. They have all been wonderful people, and they are talented, as I said, and they are talented, they are dedicated, and the result is for everybody to see.
Meanwhile, Dr. Salima Jan, senior research scientist, has taken over as the in-charge director of the MMRC. With this, we come to the end of today's program. In case you have missed some part of the program, log on to mmrckashmir.com where you can watch the whole episode. Send us your suggestions at our email address quest@mmrckashmir.com. Before I take your leave, here are a few words of wisdom. Everything can be explained to the people on the single condition that you really want them to understand.